Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm back to break down this 5-game NBA DFS slate on DraftKings. Before we get into it, if you do enjoy the content at any point in this video, if you could please leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, I would greatly appreciate that. YouTube continues to tell me about 60% of my audience is not subscribed, so if that's you and you're listening along here, you think I'm providing you with some valuable content, some good insights, some good statistics, and or some information that can help you win some money. If you could take 1 second to do that, that would be awesome. Thank you to all the support so far. We are almost to 400 subscribers, so if we can get there today, that'd be great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then if you are getting really serious about NBA DFS, I would highly recommend my NBA DFS Patreon package over here on Patreon, where you can get access to my premium NBA projections, NBA data sheet, player stats, team stats, play contact stats, core plays, injury impact insights, and my NBA Discord chat access. Getting some really good feedback of people winning money over there, the people that are grinding night in and night out. So if that's you, if you're a grinder, if you're playing a lot, I would highly recommend that. And if you're more of a casual player, no worries, because I will be here all NBA DFS season long breaking down these slates for free, giving you some free insight and some free plays on these breakdown videos. Lastly, 2 more things before we get into the breakdown. Make sure you check out Thrive Fantasy over here. Use promo code KJK DFS to receive a 100% deposit when you deposit $20 all the way up to $50. So if you deposit 20, they'll match you at 20, 50, they'll match you at 50. And one thing I didn't even mention, honestly, I had a real close call over here in the Super Bowl, personally, almost winning the 10K prize. And how I did it was exactly Thrive's format. So what you do is you pick player props. This is the same rule for MLB, but you pick, I had rushing yards, receiving yards, reception yards, all of the above, and you pick, and then you get ranked based upon the likelihood. So if it's more likely to happen, you get less points. If it's less likely to happen, you get more points. And I was able to get every pick right except for Tyreek Hill. So this is a prime example. It was a first place $10,000 prize, and just from picking these props, I was up to, 6th place. I had 3 entries of the same lineup, 6th, 7th, and 8th for me. KJK003 if you don't know my username. And, unfortunately, Tyreek Hill wasn't able to get there for me. That would have been another 100 points, and that would have tied me for the $10,000 prize. But so point being, honestly, less about me, more about the format. It's a really cool format. You pick, based on player props, and then you get rewarded based on how likely that is to happen. It's a different sweat. It's a different format over here on Thrive, and very excited to be partnering with those guys. So go ahead, check them out. Use promo code KJK DFS to receive a 100% deposit bonus when you deposit $20 up to $50 today. That's linked below in the description. My Patreon package is linked below in the description. And with all that being out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and start breaking down this slate today. So first game on the slate, Golden State taking on Charlotte. Steph Curry at the top at 10-1. Right now, this game comes in with a 230.5 over-under with a 2-point spread in favor of the Golden State Warriors. So expected to be a fairly decently paced game here, a 2-point spread in favor of the Golden State Warriors. So we know we can stay close. We know we can target this game for sure. Gordon Hayward and Devontae Graham are both listed as questionable on the Charlotte side, so definitely keep an eye on that. Gordon Hayward is listed as probable. Devontae Graham, having to sit out last time, is now listed as doubtful. So I would expect Malik Monk to get a big bump here as far as his minutes and opportunity at 5K. He has kind of already been priced up for his new role. However, we've seen this guy go up there and put up 30, 40 plus DraftKings points multiple times on the season. So I have no issue with going there with Devontae Graham being out. However, the main beneficiaries are definitely going to be LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, and Gordon Hayward. They're going to become the big 3, so to speak. No more Devontae Graham cutting into the rotation. So all three of these guys make a lot of sense in this one. So you got LaMelo Ball at 8.8, Terry Rozier at 7.9, and Gordon Hayward at 7.4. I'd really be locking in on these 3 guys, specifically Terry Rozier, to be honest. This guy's been on an absolute freaking tear lately. Just lighting the world on fire. 46, 57, and 53 DraftKings points. He is priced up to 7.9, but it's not like Golden State's a defense we're worried about, so I'd continue to ride the Terry Rozier train while you can, because his usage is up, his production is up, and just a great run he's on here, and I would continue to target him. Golden State, it's Steph Curry, 10-1. There's a reason he's priced up all the way at the top. He's the most likely to get you there. His usage is very high, and he's consistently been putting up mid-50s points, which, in my opinion, 10-1's not going to hold us back from playing him against the Charlotte D. We don't really fear. And until he starts to get priced more towards 11K, I feel perfectly fine locking him into my lineups. Kelly Oubre, Draymond Green, and Andrew Wiggins are the next 3 from Golden State. Kelly Oubre really performing great recently, putting up consistently 40-plus DraftKings points, so continue to target him. Andrew Wiggins has been a little less productive at 6'2", but his price tag is cheaper, so I have no issues with going to him. He has the upside to get you there, and that's really what we're looking for in tournament. We want that 7 times upside. And then lastly, Cody Zeller on the Charlotte side makes a lot of sense as well, getting some minutes. The only problem is Golden State's probably going to play small. They don't have James Wiseman. Draymond Green's more of a small big. So a guy like a Miles Bridges could be getting more minutes in this one at 5'1". So I'd probably lean Miles Bridges over Cody Zeller for that reason. Miles Bridges is getting 31, 31, and 37 minutes the last 3 games. I think I'd go there over Cody Zeller just because of the matchup and the size that I expect to be on the court in this game. Miami taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. This game comes in with a 212.5 over-under with a 3.5-point spread. So 212.5 over-under is very, very low. Not even going to be close to the highest total on the slate, which means we're going to have to really lock into who's really going to be productive in this game. Dennis Schroeder is listed as out. Goran Dragic listed as out with no Dennis Schroeder. We have Kyle Kuzma listed as questionable as well. He's set as probable, though, so I wouldn't expect him to be out. LeBron James listed as questionable, but he's also listed as probable officially. So, expect those guys to be fine. On the Los Angeles Lakers side, last time out with no Dennis Schroeder, you could be looking to a guy like a Alex Caruso here at 3.9. Got a slight bump up, but last time out put up 17.75 DraftKings points, played 26 minutes. Nothing crazy, but he's going to continue to see the usage and the minutes with no Dennis Schroeder. And then, a guy like a Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, a Wesley Matthews as well. They're going to kind of fill in the minutes. 29 minutes for KCP last time out. And Wesley Matthews went out there and played 24 minutes. So, problem is none of these guys are really producing anything. They're out there for like 30 minutes and just playing wing defense. That's kind of what they're on the team for. It's LeBron's team, which with no Anthony Davis, I'm going to continue to have interest in LeBron. Even though it's a slower paced game at 10-2, could you play LeBron? Yes. Could he get you 70 DraftKings points? Yes. Do I have a little more difficult time clicking his name at 10-2 in a game with a 212.5 over-under as opposed to clicking, like Damian Lillard or Stephen Curry? I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't. So that's the decision you're going to have to make. It's like he has all the usage, but the pace isn't quite there. Jimmy Butler at 8.9 is the other guy on the other end, and I really do like targeting Jimmy Butler in tough matchups. He's a weird dynamic of a player where, I wouldn't say weird, but he's just a competitive, fiery guy, and he steps up for the games that are most competitive. It doesn't matter if it's a slower-paced game. And I mean, this guy's put up a triple-double the last 3 times out, so you get that triple-double bonus on DraftKings. You get the tough matchup that I love to target Jimmy Butler in that 2 combination in a strange way where it's a slow-paced game and not expected to be, the best fantasy point per minute environment. I love Jimmy Butler just because that's where you want to target. You want to target Jimmy Butler when he's taking on competitors like the Los Angeles Lakers or these teams that are expected to compete for the title. That's when Jimmy Butler steps up. And then, as far as Anthony Davis being out, you can definitely have some interest in Montrezl Harrell at 5'6". This guy's an absolute fantasy point per minute beast, but we've only seen him play 15 and 18 minutes. Seeing Marc Gasol the last 2 times out playing 20 and 30. So it's like, I don't know if we can really go to Montrezl. But he definitely has the upside if you can just get the minutes. So buyer beware. It's a little risky as far as the playing time, but could definitely get you there. Sacramento taking on Chicago. We got Zach LaVine at the top in this one. This game comes in with a 232.5 over-under with a 2.5-point spread in favor of the Sacramento Kings. So another very fast-tempo game. It's like after the game we just discussed, these other games are going to pop off the page. So Zach LaVine, going to absolutely love him this one. Sacramento's defense is terrible. If you've been following my content all season long, I love targeting these Sacramento Kings. I love targeting the Washington Wizards. I love targeting the Minnesota Timberwolves, to name a few teams. But, there's a few blatantly obvious teams that we can target this year, Sacramento being one of them. They've been absolutely terrible defensively. I'm going to love Zach LaVine in this one at 9-2. I'm going to love a lot of these Bulls pieces. I'm going to like Kobe White for sure at 6'1". I'm going to like Thad Young at 6K. He continues to produce very, very well. Just looking really good, honestly. Thad Young, for his age in this season, looking really good. Problem is his price tag, and the problem is Wendell Carter Jr. is back. So it's like, are we really going to be able to get the minutes upside out of Thad Young that we were seeing? Not sure. That front court's a little more difficult to play than the guards. Like, I feel really confident playing Zach LaVine and Kobe White, Thad Young, and Wendell Carter Jr., and these guys that are splitting minutes like a Patrick Williams, a Denzel Valentine. A little bit more of a risky proposition. However, these guys are getting, like, the best matchup you could possibly have taking on the Sacramento Kings. So if there was ever a time for them to have an upside game, this is the one. On the Sacramento side, Harrison Barnes is listed as questionable. Rashawn Holmes is listed as questionable. It looks like Harrison Barnes is a true questionable. Rashawn Holmes is a true questionable. So, that's going to give a bump up to guys like Hassan Whiteside and Marvin Bagley. And then if Harrison Barnes is out, we could be taking a harder look to guys like a Glenn Robinson and a Bielitsa. Glenn Robinson, not exactly the best fantasy point per minute producer, so it's really just Bielitsa at 4.7 if he's out. Playing 35 minutes last time out, putting up 43 DraftKings points. I'm going to continue to target him. I'm going to continue to target Hassan Whiteside if there is no Rashawn Holmes. I mean, he put up 58 against Brooklyn and 16 in the next game, so it's just you get what you get with Hassan Whiteside. But the Chicago front court is one of the best matchups you could have as far as on the glass is concerned. They're really not a threatening, presence down low. So I'm going to like Marvin Bagley, Hassan Whiteside for sure. If Rashawn Holmes is out, if Rashawn Holmes is back, I'm going to love Rashawn Holmes. So, just keep an eye on that news because that's definitely relevant. And if there's no Harrison Barnes, Buddy Hield gets a big bump up. De'Aaron Fox is already the main guy on this offense as is. There's a reason he's priced all the way up to 8K. So he's the number one favorite to play, taking on the Chicago squad, who's also very bad defensively. So I'm going to like these main usage guys in Zach LaVine and De'Aaron Fox. I think they're both very high priorities in my lineups. And then Halliburton, if there is no Harrison Barnes, becomes a much more relevant play as well. 5'8", been a very good fantasy point per minute producer. He just needs those minutes. Phoenix taking on Memphis. We got let's see. At the top, we got Devin Booker in this one, still priced up at 8K in this line. We got a 224.5 over-under with a 4-point spread in favor of the Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker continues to see his usage really take a beating this year with Chris Paul coming over. I'm just continuing. I legitimately have not played this guy a single time this year. And I don't think there's really been a time you regret it outside of, he put up 54 against Cleveland at a 7.4 price tag back on the 8th of January, or 8th of February, I'm sorry. And other than that, it's crazy. Devin Booker's just he's not even relevant in the fantasy realm of things. So Chris Paul's the guy I'm looking to go to. He's the one that's taking all the usage, he got 19 assists last time, 15 points. He put up 56.5 DraftKings points. And, he was definitely an interest of mine on the last slate, and for good reason. He put up 56 DraftKings points, and I think he continues to be the one that you're targeting over Devin Booker. Of course, they are different positions, but, play Chris Paul at the 1, and then play a guy that I really like at the shooting guard, like a Zach LaVine that we just discussed in the previous game at the 2. And then Ja Morant and Jonas Valanciunas are the most obvious plays on the Memphis side. These are the guys soaking up the most usage as far as they're concerned. Point guard in the center, and the pick and roll, the rebounds, the assists, all the upside captured in 2 guys here. And Jonas Valanciunas gets a great matchup taking on DeAndre Ayton defense. DeAndre Ayton very bad defensively. So I feel really confident targeting JV in this one. He makes a lot of sense at 7.2. And there is no Jaren Jackson Jr., so continue to see guys like Kyle Anderson and Brandon Clark continue to capitalize on their increased minutes. So, you could be going there. Phoenix defense, honestly, hasn't been the greatest one to target this year, so it's tough saying. Dylan Brooks, if he continues to be out, Grayson Allen is going to continue to get more minutes. However, Grayson Allen got bumped all the way up to 5.2 after last time Dylan Brooks being out, playing 30 minutes. He only put up 21.5 DraftKings points, so it's like, I don't know. Phoenix, not the best matchup. Tyus Jones at 3.5, you could be playing with no Dylan Brooks. He's an intriguing play, but he only saw 16 minutes, so DeAnthony Melton is back. DeAnthony Melton may be an interesting revenge narrative play, but Jay Crowder at 5.2, you could be playing with a little bit of a revenge narrative taken on the former team. Honestly, I just think Jay Crowder's underpriced overall. The guy's consistently playing like 30 minutes. He's been consistently putting up mid-30s, and he's only still 5.2. So I feel confident playing Jay Crowder. And that's pretty much it. Nothing else is going to get you too excited in this game. But we do have a last game on the slate that's going to get you real excited because this game environment is going to be ridiculous. Portland taking on Washington. 242 over under. 3.5 point spread in favor of the Portland Trailblazers. Expected to stay close. Expected to be fast-paced. And I am going to absolutely love some guys in this one. Most notably, Damian Lillard at 10.6. There continues to be no CJ McCollum. This continues to be Damian Lillard's team. And we saw Dame finally put up that huge game. I kept saying he's priced up at 10.3, but he's literally capable of putting up 70 DraftKings points. He topped what I said. He put up 79 in that fast-paced game. So can he repeat in this one? Absolutely. Washington defense is terrible. Love Damian Lillard. Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal, both make a lot of sense as well. On the Washington side, these guys are going to soak up all the usage. It's literally these 2 guys that are taking pretty much all the shots. Feel really confident locking them in. And Enes Kanter at 6'9", I'm going to love in this game. The Washington front court defense does not scare me. I think Enes Kanter could have a huge game. Robert Covington, Gary Trent continue to see a lot of minutes. 38, 37, and 39, 31, 37, and 36 DraftKings points the last 3 games for Robert Covington. Gary Trent at 6K continues to be a big piece. I mean, this game is just going to provide you a lot of fantasy goodness, guys. So definitely be playing those guys. I think a Davis Bertans at 5'6" on the Washington side is a very intriguing play. This guy's ability to shoot 3 ball, very, very good. Going 5 for 6, 9 for 11 the last 2 times out. Can definitely play Davis Bertans on DraftKings. Carmelo Anthony continues to look really good on the Portland side in his older age. Starting to see his minutes go down a little bit recently, though, so I'm not all too intrigued to play him, if I'm being honest. He looks good in real life, but fantasy point-wise, not looking to go there. And yeah, that's pretty much overall who I'm going to in this game, but these, this solidified core that's getting the minutes and getting a lot of usage, it's like, I absolutely love all those guys. So definitely be having some interest in those guys. And I'm definitely interested to see how many pieces I'm going to be getting in my projections from this game, because it's going to be ridiculously fast-paced. So with all that being said, I got to give you guys my lock of the night. Let's get into it. And my lock of the night tonight is going to be Zach LaVine at this 9.2 price tag, taking on the Sacramento team. As mentioned, I absolutely love him repetitively. I had mentioned I just love the spot. Taking on the worst defense in the league, 27th against his particular position. Zach LaVine putting up 1.29 DK points per minute, and I'd expect him to get mid-30s up to 40 minutes in this one. So I absolutely love him at this 9.2 price tag, getting a $1,000 discount on a lot of the more elite options on the slate, and I think he can provide you with some similar upside. He can easily go out there, put up 60-plus DraftKings points in this matchup if he's having that type of game. Expect 50-plus from Zach LaVine for sure. Looking to get 60-plus out of him tonight, and he is my lock of the night. So there you have it, guys. Zach LaVine. Get him in your lineups, and that is all for me on this one. If you did enjoy the content, if you could please leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, I would greatly appreciate that. And then don't forget to check out my Patreon package linked below in the description, where you can get access to my premium NBA projections, all of my data sheets, all that fun stuff. And check out Thrive Fantasy. Use promo code KJK DFS to receive a 100% deposit match when you deposit $20 up to $50 today. Go ahead and enter some of your prop bets over there. And if you're a Patreon member of mine, feel free to ask me my favorite on the day. I will gladly help you. Even if you're just in the comments, ask me my favorite Thrive picks. I don't care. I'm here to help. Love the format. And yeah, wish you guys all the best of luck tonight. And we will see you in the next one.